Hello everyone, we are Faruk Özbek and İsmail Kılıç, and today we will present our project titled Exploring the Relationship Between Government Expenditure in Sport-Related Fields and Success in Sport. Our goal is to investigate whether higher government spending on sport correlates with better performance in international events like the Olympics and UEFA competitions. Our research addresses two key questions. First, does higher government expenditure lead to better performance in sports? And second, how consistent are these correlations across different countries and years? These are important because they help us understand how public investments impacts national success in sports. To answer these questions, we use three main datasets. First, general government expenditure by function from Eurostat, which details public spending on recreation and sport. This dataset provides a clear breakdown of government spending dedicated to sports. Second, Olympic medal counts and country rankings from Olympics.com, which tracks performance in Olympic Games. Third, UEFA country coefficient tables, which measures performance in European football. We standardized and merged these datasets to compare government spendings with sports performance across countries and years. Let's look at some exploratory data analysis. This graph shows the total medals won by the top 10 European countries from 2012 to 2024 alongside their total government expenditure. As you can see, countries like France and Germany, which spend more, tend to win more medals, but there are some exceptions. Next, we analyze UEFA points and government expenditure for the top 10 countries from 2014 to 2023. Here we see a similar trend. Higher spending often correlates with better performance, but smaller countries like Portugal sometimes outperform their spending levels. Let's zoom in on Germany and Italy. First, for Germany, this graph shows government expenditure versus Olympic medals from 2012 to 2024, while spending increased, medal counts fluctuated. Similarly, the graph shows Germany's UEFA points and expenditure, revealing a positive trend in performance as spending increased. Now let's look at Italy. This graph shows Italy's government expenditure versus Olympic medals from 2012 to 2024. Italy has consistently performed well, winning a significant number of medals relative to its spending. Similarly, this graph shows Italy's UEFA points and expenditure from 2014 to 2023, demonstrating a strong and consistent performance in European football as spending increased.
This graph compares total Olympic medals and total government spending on sport in this timeline. While France and Germany win more medals with high spending, Spain win fewer despite significant expenditure. Italy stands out, performing above the trend line with more medals relative to spending. Similarly, in UEFA, Spain performs exceptionally well, far above the trend line, while smaller countries like Portugal achieve strong results with lower spending. France, despite spending the most, falls below the trend line in both Olympics and UEFA with particularly poor UEFA performance. Our main research question is, what is the relationship between government expenditure and sporting success in Olympic medals and UEFA performance? We hypothesized that high spending would correlate with better performance. To test this, we calculated correlation coefficients for each country. Here's a heat map showing the correlation between expenditure and Olympic medals for top European countries. Surprisingly, none of the correlations were statistically significant because p-value for all of them above 0.05, meaning we cannot conclusively say that high spending leads to more Olympic medals. However, when we analyzed UEFA performance, we found stronger correlations. For example, the Netherlands and Portugal showed a strong positive correlation of 0.73, while Spain had a strong negative correlation of minus 0.76. This suggests that UEFA performance is more closely tied to government spending than Olympic performance. Our key findings are: UEFA performance shows more significant correlations with government spending than Olympic performance. Smaller countries like Malta and Portugal often outperform their spending levels. Italy is the most efficient in Olympic medals per billion euros, while Portugal leads in UEFA efficiency.
We also proposed three additional research questions. Does the timing of expenditure affect Olympic performance? Is there a link between UEFA performance and Olympic success? And can we machine learning predict future UEFA points based on spending? These questions could guide future research. Based on our findings, we propose a sports investment advisory platform. This platform will provide funding recommendations and efficiency metrics to help governments and sports federations allocate resources more effectively. However, building such a platform comes with different challenges. Data from different sources must be integrated, and automated systems like web scraping and API integrations are needed to keep the data up to date. We must also address ethical issues such as ensuring athlete data is anonymized, awaiting biased conclusions, and obtaining proper permissions to use these datasets. In conclusion, we investigated the relationship between government spending and sports success. We found that while UEFA performance shows strong correlation with spending, Olympic performance does not. We also proposed a potential product and addressed key challenges for future implementation. Thank you for listening, guys.